Now, my next guest on the show, I'm very excited about having on. He's a mentor to me. He went to the University of Louisville like myself. He's a two-time Super Bowl champion and Super Bowl MVP with the Patriots, and he's as smooth as they come. Welcome to the HD Connection, Deion Branch. Dirty, what's up, baby?
What's good, baby? Man, thank you for having me, baby. I've been seeing your work, man. I'm enjoying it. Love it. Loving it, man. Keep it up.
Come on, man. You know you my brother from another mother.
Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate your age, man. You know, anytime, bro. When I receive the text, man, and you say, hey, I want you on my show, without a doubt, I'm here, bro. I got you. Anything you need, I got you, baby.
Yes, sir. Now, Deion, being from Albany, Georgia, the country, down on Florida Georgia Parkway. I know all about Florida Georgia Parkway now. How was life growing up in the dirty South, the country style way, though?
Man, look, man, that dirt is rough, man. It's a beautiful thing, though. You know, we always talk about our upbringing and everything, you know, because when your upbringing makes you who the person you are. You get what I'm saying? And I love every spit of it. Albany, Georgia, near and dear, you know, everybody that's from Georgia, they want to say, hey, man, where you from? I'm from Atlanta. Like, nah, bro.
He's from Albany.
I'm from Albany, Georgia. You feel me? But, man, I love it, man. Those are my roots, man. Albany, Georgia is my roots. It made me, like I said earlier, made me the man I am. My family is still there. My mom, my dad, my sisters are down in Florida now. So they call themselves there a little bit more than Albany now. So they off in Jacksonville doing that thing, which is amazing. But yeah, man, I love it, bro. I love it. Every opportunity I get, I go back home, get to see all my adult family members who actually helped raise me. You know, all the friends, my aunt's friends, my mom, my dad friends, and they always hit you with them old stories. They're like, boy, I knew you would be something.
Hey,
I always do it.
Hey, I love those old stories. Those old stories be classic, though, don't they?
Oh, but they love it. And they talk about all the old stuff, man. You sit back and just listen and taking all that good knowledge, man. And I enjoy it, though, bro. I enjoy it, man. Love.
Now, Deion, man, your story is unique. And I say that because you weren't always the biggest guy. You know what I mean? When it came to the game of football. You went to JUCO for 2 years first, and then you went to the University of Louisville. Speak about your experience not going to a D1 school starting off and your mindset when you did arrive at JUCO.
Man, that was a great thing, man. I always talk about this, especially to those kids when I go out and do these different events, these football clinics and things of that nature. You know, when they see us, Harry, they be like, oh, yeah, this is the guy. Harry Douglas played with the Falcons. He was that deal at U of L, you know, that deal with the Falcons. Like, you got to understand that was something that created you and made you that individual before that. So when they do see me, it's all the New England Patriots stuff and this MVP stuff. But I also stumbled early on, you know, so being, you know, back in Albany, Georgia, playing great ball, doing everything, playing every sport, being all that, you know. But I sometimes tend to forget that school was the most important thing. You get what I'm saying? So my SAT score didn't correlate with my GPA. And with that being said, I had to go to a junior college or I could have chosen to go to a prep school. And in which I actually signed on to do the prep school, but then I canceled that, you know. So I went out to the JUCO, in which one of my closest friend, my best friend, one of my brothers, Anthony Maddox, who played with the Houston Texans back in the day, he and I went to the same high school. He signed with Florida State out of high school. He and I had the same story, you know, just was everything in every sport, and then just sort of forgot about your schoolwork. So he went off and went to Florida State, but they sent him to the junior college, and that's how that happened. You know, he was over at the JUCO, and he was telling the coach, like, look, man, my best friend, that dude, da-da-da, you know. And at that time, I actually signed with Albany State. You know what I'm saying? And I would have loved to play at home, but at the same time, I knew that I needed to leave. Yeah, I needed to leave so I can grow, man. And that's how I ended up at that junior college, which was the greatest thing ever for me at that particular time. You know, went off and won a national championship. You know, me and my guy, Javon Walker. Jay Walker was the other receiver on the other side, man. I mean, we had some stories and bro, went undefeated our sophomore season. You know, I went to U of L. He went off to Florida State. And then we both ended up in the NFL together. You know, it's such a beautiful thing, man, alongside with other players.
And both y'all balled at the next level.
Oh, yeah. We balled out at JUCO, you know what I'm saying? And he did his thing at Florida State. I did my thing at U of L. But just to get back to that point, though, man, I'm always talking to these kids about taking advantage and seizing the moment, you know, when it's right there in front of you. Because I was blessed to have a second opportunity. A lot of kids don't get that. Yeah. You know, a lot of kids will not get that second opportunity, and I got it. And I'm very thankful for that because I left JUCO, went to U of L, and I sort of had that same little playful mentality until Coach Janelle Smith pulled me in the office. He and Mr. Jurich. That's our guy, man. Tom Jurich, that's my guy. And the very first thing they said to me, like, look, man, we brought you here to be this such and such, to be a role model. Not just to be playing football, but you got to be a student athlete. And from that moment right there, Chief, everything turned for me, Harry, man. And this is the story that a lot of the guys don't know. You leaving a JUCO where it's pretty much like a high school. You got 30 kids in the classroom till now going to a university, it's 100 kids. It's just a major shock. And, it wasn't that I wasn't trying. It's just that I really wasn't committed all the way. That's until right. They pulled me in that office and Mr. George and Coach Smith said, hey, you want to go back to Albany, Georgia? I said, no, sir. You see how I looked at you? Because that's the look I had on my face. Like, bro, I'm good. It was like, no.
I'm not trying to do that. Nah.
Yes, I said, no, I'm good. I'm not trying to go back to Albany. Well, I tell you what, you better bring another grade in here less than a C. And trust me, I've been on a straight arrow since. And I'm very thankful for both of those brothers. My junior college coach, Parker Dykes, he passed last year, man. I love him to death. But, man, there's just so much stuff that happened, that journey, my story. Yeah. But and you hit on that, man. It's all about seizing the moment, though, man. I appreciate you asking that.
And I tell you this, Deion, it's crazy because I originally committed to John L. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you what happened. I'm in the office. I committed to John L. I go back home, right? And then all of a sudden, John L. Smith takes the Michigan State job.
Yep.
So I go back up to Louisville. Tom Jurich pushed me to the side. He said, sit in here. I want to talk to you. He said, stay here at Louisville. Trust me. I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. We're going to do the right things here. We're going to bring in the right guy. You'll be okay. And the way he said it, the way he looked me in my eyes, the way he presented it to me,
yeah,
100%. I stayed at Louisville. He kept his word. I was good. I go down the line. I played 10 years in the NFL. But it's huge when you have two guys like John L. and Tom Jurich was to grab us, both of us, at time in the moment, because I was thinking about leaving.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I know. I can imagine.
About leaving.
I can imagine. And I'm glad you stayed, bro. And I'm glad, Mr. Jurich, amazing, man. Amazing guy. Yeah. I really wish that he would. I know he probably just enjoying it. Him and Mama Jurich, they're doing their thing in Florida and Colorado, and they're probably just enjoying their time right now. But he should be at some university being another athletic director. I wish that things would have went in his favor and worked out at U of L, because I'm going to say this and then we're going to get on with it. He pretty much changed the landscape of the University of Louisville and the city of Louisville himself within the 20 years he was there. I promise you, Harry, that man did it. He did an amazing job.
I know. I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
Listen, you did an amazing job, bro, to come from where we used to be, what it used to be, to what it is now. Because you got to think about it. Louisville, there's no professional sports there. Mm-mm. This is just a college town. And it's a beautiful city, man. But yeah, kudos to Mr. Jurich.
Yes, sir. Man, you spoke about the University of Louisville. Now, I'll tell you this. When I arrived at the University of Louisville, first of all, I looked up to you. You like a mentor to me, man.
Yes.
You already know that. I get to the University of Louisville. I'm hearing these stories about Deion. These people tell me, they say, yeah, Deion was so smooth with it. He attempted the route he's about to run.
Oh, yeah.
He still couldn't cover it. so basically, you were unstoppable. And I look at your numbers, man, from your junior year, you had over 1,000 yards. Yeah. Your senior year, you had over 1,000 yards. And New Falcons offensive coordinator, Dave Ragone, was your quarterback.
Yes.
Now, in saying that, what was your greatest memory, though, as a Louisville Cardinal? Your greatest memory out of all the memories that you had, because I know you've had a lot, because on and off the field. But what was your greatest one?
Yeah.
The one that
my greatest one off the field is that second chance that I spoke about with Mr. Jurich and Coach John L. Smith. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Off the field. That was my greatest memory of just like, you know what, even though it considered playing ball, but it didn't, because it consisted of me doing my schoolwork, in the season, the moment. Because guess what, Harry, man, had that not happened, there wouldn't be no Deion Branch.
I'm telling you.
You get what I'm saying? How crazy, man, I get chills when I think about it all the time, because I don't really think your listeners, everybody that's going to see this, don't understand the power behind it, us as athletes not taking advantage of the opportunity when it's right in front of us, and how all of that could have been gone. That could have been taken away because easily, listen, Harry, there's 15 other kids that want to go to the University of Louisville or Miami or Florida, and you over here playing around, and we're investing in you. So that is my greatest moment off the field. You know, just those guys give me the opportunity, man. I'm very thankful for that. But on the field, man, I think, man, just being a part of it, man. I think the relationship that I built with all of our teammates, including you, young brother, man, and the things that I thought I did, and you came behind me and shattered all of that, you know, it was beautiful. And me having the opportunity to, because it's all about passing the torch.
That's right.
You know, that's for me. That's what it was about for me. Like, man, look, giving everything.
Say it one more time, Deion. Say it one more time.
Yeah, passing the torch, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it. Once you're done, it's all about you helping the next man. And the fact that, hey, man, me and you from the same state and you playing the same position, I was like, look, whatever I can give to Harry, I'm going to give it to him. You know what I'm saying? All the knowledge I can. Devontae, all these younger brothers, you, Mario, all you guys, man. And I think it's all about the fellowshipping that we have when I go back to U of L, get with all of our teammates. You know how it is, man. It's such a brother love.
It's like we might not talk for like 3, 4, 5 months, but when we see each other, it's like we talked yesterday.
Just yesterday.
We pick up exactly where we left off. Right?
Exactly.
And that's what college is about. That's what unionship is about. That's what coming in unison is about. Being together, coming together, helping one another. And it leads me to something I'm gonna talk about, right?
Yeah.
You're original Afro.
Yeah.
So Afros, I want you to let everybody know what it stands for.
Afros, man. Listen, America's favorite receivers on Saturday.
Say it one more time, Deion.
America's favorite receivers on Saturday. Not at no other school. This is right at U of L.
That's right.
You follow me? And you're one of my brothers, and then, you know, a little bit before you know him, Arnold Jackson. You know, we looking at tight ends. We got tight ends that put up receiver numbers. Ivan Green and Ronnie Gent. You know, and we got yourself, the J.R. Russells. I mean, it's just a receiver hub at U of L, man. And that was all that acronym, that Afros. America's favorite receivers on Saturday, baby. That was our thing. That's what we felt. That's what we believed. And when we went to practice, it was that same thing, and we took it to the game. You know, listen, we felt the way.
When I came to the University of Louisville and the receiver spoke about being an Afro, right? That thing hit my heart. I wanted to present the right way. I didn't want to be one of those Afros that was out there messing up, causing us to lose. So I took pride in it, man.
Yes, sir.
I took pride in it. Let me tell you this. Why? Let me tell you why I took pride in it.
Yeah.
I want y'all guys to be proud of me.
Mm-hmm.
The name on my back. You know what I mean? The name on front of my jersey. The people who came before me, because I always tell young cats now, respect the people that came before you, man.
Yes, sir.
They paved the way for you.
Yes, sir.
Y'all guys paved the way for me.
Yeah.
For me to be able to do things that I wanted to do at the University of Louisville.
And Harry, man, you guys made us proud, man. I know you remember them conversations that you and I was having. Me, you, and Mario, I'll call you guys, text you guys. Right. When I was playing, just always know that, hey, look, fellas, the guys, you looked up to us, but guess what, man? You're making us proud. We're very thankful for you guys because you're carrying this tradition, man. And it was all love, man. I enjoyed every moment of it. Enjoyed it, man. But yeah, man, I enjoyed it, man. And speaking of some of my other brothers that, you know, I'm always giving a lot of love to, man. Arnold Jackson, Zeke Parker, Damian Dorsey, these guys I played with, man. These guys went out there and gave their all each and every week. And if it wasn't for, you know, AJ was our big brother. You know, he was the guy we looked up to in the receiver room. You know, people really don't speak about it, but think about it. This guy broke Jerry Rice's reception record.
Arnold, he is still #1 right now in Louisville.
Right now, you feel me? It's
I don't know if anybody gonna catch Arnold anytime soon.
Nobody. It's not, man. And it's just such a joy just to grace the field with those guys, man. And see, those are the things I'm talking about that I love, my great memories. They're not memories because it's still going on now. You know, even when we go back to U of L, when we get together, it's like a big reunion. You follow me? So, and I still feel like I know we're not. We're grown now. We're old. You feel me? We're in our 40s, but we act like we're in our 20s when we're around each other, man.
Thanks.
Man, it's love, man. It's love, Harry.
Now, Then comes the 2002 NFL draft.
Oh, yeah.
Drafted by the New England Patriots. Now, I know you were excited because just the year before, the Patriots had won the Super Bowl versus the Rams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you feel, man, when you got selected by the New England Patriots?
Man, it was a great feeling. But, you know, I mean, listen, bro, getting drafted, period. It don't matter. You know how everybody really speak about that? Back then, you really meant it. It really meant something. Now, I'm going to go a little fast forward to now. Now it's like, man, you talking about, and I'm not knocking no teams, but there's certain teams like, nah, bro, I'm not getting drafted. I don't want to get drafted. I'm cool. But nobody would never come out and say that. You know, back then it's just like, look, you've been a part of a team that just came off a Super Bowl victory, you know, versus the Rams. Now, the funny thing about that is my wife now, but my girlfriend, she was my girlfriend then, she bought me a Rams jersey at number 9 with the branch, and I still have it. It's so crazy. Because as a receiver, you want to be a part of something like that. Yeah. You know, the greatest show on turf. You follow me? And then you think about it, St. Louis right up the street from Louisville. So all the fans get the opportunity to see me play, and I actually thought they would draft me. And then they're finna walk in the house now talking about this. But having the opportunity to get drafted by the Patriots and knowing deep down inside, man, I really want to go to the Rams. And the funny part about it is it was in that draft order, it was the Rams. They had the 31st pick. Mm-hmm. The Patriots had the 32nd pick. And Tampa Bay had the first pick in the 3rd round. Mm. So I was projected somewhat as a 5th round pick. All this stuff is just, you know, writing on the wall. It doesn't matter. You know, those scouts sit down and grade your film, study certain stuff. You do your thing at these all-star games, Senior Bowls, Combine, all of that stuff changed. You know, here it is now leading up to the draft, and every team is calling, and it's like the 2nd round. Oh, yeah, we're going to take you with the next pick if you're available. I'm like, cool. One thing I will say about the Patriots, they had already been telling me, one of the scouts had been telling me, you know how the scouts come in during the week? Mm-hmm. We've been in the workout, in the weight room, lifting and all that stuff. He was always telling me, like, hey, we're going to draft you. You remind us of Troy Brown. And I was like, all right, cool. And I thought it was all facade. But the next team come and say the same thing. I remind them of somebody else. But here it is, long story short, the Rams call. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to take you with the next pick. And they end up taking, I think it was it Scott Frost, the quarterback from Nebraska.
From Nebraska, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Frost or Fisher. It was either Travis Fisher or Scott Frost, one of those two guys. I can't remember now. And then the Patriots had the next pick. I'll never forget, we was out walking, you know, me and all the homies. And when one of the media relation people guys, one of the guys called me from the Patriots, said, hey, Bill, want to talk to you. I told my friends to go ahead. He said, hey, we're going to take you with this next pick. You good. The funny part about it, you remember where UPA is, the apartments, right?
Yeah.
UPA apartments, nearby campus.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the back of this lady AC unit. She didn't even know it. I knew she was inside watching the draft. As they said my name, I just heard the entire house erupt. Wow. And I was right in her backyard, sitting on the AC unit, talking to the doggone, doing the media thing, you know, the interview that they do right after you get drafted. And she didn't know not once. I just hear her inside, oh my God, baby, the deal. And if she would have just looked out her back window, she would have saw me sitting on her AC unit. It was so funny though. I remember that. But man, it was a beautiful thing, bro. You know, that rookie season was great. Just going and actually being to guys like Troy Brown, David Patton, being able to learn from these guys, you know, pick up all those extra things that I haven't learned leading up to that professional, you know, my professional career. Troy Brown, I can't speak enough about that brother. I love him to death. Was a great teacher. Yeah. You didn't experience any jealousy. Here's a guy coming in. They take him in the 2nd round to replace him. Not one moment, not one time did he ever shy away from, hey, bro, what you need? That's that torch passing that I was telling you about. You follow me? And the crazy part is this brother played 16 years. Hey, at some point it's going to come to an end. And it was never the situation where we was passing the torch.
You want to know why though?
Well, yeah.
God bless those who sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. And he did that.
He was sacrificing everything that he has learned to teach you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? God bless those who sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. And he was continuing to get blessed because guess what? When I was in New England and I got traded, guess who was still in New England? Troy.
That's right.
You follow me? So it really wasn't okay.
Troy's still up there now.
He's still there now, coaching now.
He's now coaching.
He ain't got no choice. He's one of the greatest receivers that came through New England.
That's right.
You got to, man. You like you said, they blessed him. He's gonna continue to get blessed, man. He's a great guy, man. Great teacher, great player, just a great dude, man. David Patton, the same thing. But man, I enjoyed them years, man. Especially that rookie season. Yeah. And then everything sort of took off for the good, for the greater.
Oh, we're gonna get to it. Don't you worry. We're gonna get to it. But before we get to it, I want to talk about the GOAT. We all know who the GOAT is. I want to talk about Tom Brady a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we get deep into your career. When you played with Tom Brady, how did he approach every day? Was he a perfectionist to get the goal accomplished every day?
Oh, yeah.
He was like,
hey, man, Tom is every bit of Coach Belichick. You get what I'm saying? And they always say all these players is a understudy of their teacher. And Coach Belichick was our teacher. This guy, Coach Belichick, is a perfectionist. Attention to detail is on point with everything. And these same attributes, I carry these same things into life with my wife, with my kids, with my daily stuff that I'm doing, whether it be real estate or this or that. You carry these same traits, being accountable to yourself and to your teammates. All these things. And, he's just a spitting image of it. He's a perfectionist. The things that the average Joe don't see, most fans, they just see what happens on Sunday. They don't see the things that lead up to Sunday. They don't see Monday through Saturday. It's way more of a grind than just saying,
I know.
Sunday is the fun day. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
This is the only day we get the opportunity to really have some fun. And how the defensive lineman, you can legally hurt someone, and get away with it. Like, I really can hurt this person. And it's a crazy way to think about it, but and not saying that's fun, but we just look at playing the game as this is the fun part about it now. Monday through Saturday is a whole lot of other stuff that goes down.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot. It's a grind.
You go out there on Wednesday and you got to practice and give you all on the Wednesday, but you're not even recovered from the game on Sunday yet.
You're not recovered.
People don't understand that. You're not recovered until Friday, and then you got one more day Saturday, and you playing another one. And
don't skip Monday and Tuesday now, Harry.
Here.
Because, I know we say Wednesday, but, really ain't no days off now.
Well, I was telling somebody the other day, on Mondays, the day after the game, that's when I did my lower body lifts.
Yeah.
So my body wouldn't take so long trying to recover, because if I tried to do my lower body lift on Wednesday or Thursday, my legs would be shot and dead by the time Sunday comes.
You're done.
And on Tuesdays was off days, but I'll tell everybody, the great teams that were good, every one of their players came in on Tuesdays.
Yeah. And
we were was the off season.
Yeah, your off day is in the off season. Yeah, Tuesday work day. And you know how it is when your teammates looking at you all crazy come Wednesday morning, like, yo, bro, we didn't see you yesterday. What's up? And it's funny how you just fall right into that realm. Yep. You fall right up under these guys. Like, you thinking as a rookie or whatever. Oh, man, Tuesday off day. Bro, there's no off days. Yeah. Ain't no such thing as an off day. After we win the Super Bowl, then you're off.
There you go.
That's it. But that was
the goal the hand is achieved. You go do whatever you want to do. Just don't get arrested. Do whatever you want to do. Just don't get arrested now, because we're gonna cut you. Do whatever else you want.
But yeah, that was Tom, man. Every day.
They say Tom makes everybody around him better.
Yeah.
You went into Super Bowls with him.
Yeah.
How did he make you better and your game better overall?
The overall, the crazy part is, man, and I always say, not taking nothing away from him. I've always felt like, you know what? Not that I would say that he made me better. He raised your level of play.
Yeah.
In terms that would make you a better player. But it's almost like, I haven't met someone who had a higher level than myself until then. You feel what I'm saying? Yes, he raises everybody's level of play that's around him. And in turn, it does make you a better player, and if you don't receive that, guess what? You trust me, you won't be there for one, because Tom ain't gonna give you the ball. He's not vouching for you. But if he feels as if you're one of those guys,
he probably gonna cuss you out too.
Yeah,
I didn't see it on TV.
Yeah, quick, easy. I mean, it ain't nothing for him and the coach to get into it, because he knows where he is. Yep. If I feel like somebody's slacking, I'm gonna let you know. And he was good for that. And that's what you want. And that's what we see that's missing a lot from the game. Guys are not holding each other accountable, man. You know, whether it be off or on the football field or on the basketball court. You know, guys don't want to take that self-criticism. Man, take that and use that. Ball that up and use it in a great way. But Tom was that guy, man. On the field, I expect X, Y, Z from you. And if you're not doing it, he'll let you know. And if you're not receiving it that way, guess what? Don't worry about it. After a while, coach may call a play for you to get the ball. You're not getting it. It's going somewhere else.
I'm telling you. Because the last thing he's going to let you do is make him look stupid out there on that football field.
Look, he's not going to be a part of it. Because I'm telling you.
You're talking about the quarterback more so than they be talking about that receiver. Why did look, Harry? Ball like that when the receiver's supposed to run a comeback at 18 yards and he at 15, 14 yards and wonder why the ball's not there yet and it gets picked off because he running the route short.
Yes, bro, look here, man. He'll let it be known, man. He lets it be known. I mean, right now, Tom in his 21st, 22nd season, I mean, there ain't really a whole lot of talking to be doing right now. And I think if any one of these young guys that walk in the room and they see him now, they're just complete at awe. Like, it's Tom. And he's not that type of person. He's more like, hey, man, what's up, man? Let's go out here and do this. Let's go run some routes.
That's the last Tom Brady question I got for you, man. Like, it seemed like Father Time hasn't caught up to him yet. He done led the Bucs to the Super Bowl versus the Chiefs. On Sunday, this weekend, they playing that game. What do you think he's saying to those guys right now who hasn't been in that moment? Because there's so many guys on that team that
the whole team
moment.
The whole team minus him and Gronk.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And JPP, them the only three.
Yeah, JPP, yes. JPP been there. You know, his biggest thing, bro, let's not change anything that we're doing. You know, you've gotten to this point because you have done these things right. Now, the things that we have done wrong, let's correct those. But everything else, let's just keep flowing. Let's keep flowing. Because see, what happens is you get some of these guys who hasn't been in this moment before. They want to start doing these extra things and thinking that this is going to change. You know, and another thing I will tell you, H, don't go out here, you know, leading up to it right now. The jitterbug is probably about to start kicking in. No. Tom and Gronk and JPP, those guys will kind of calm these guys down because you got to think about it, man. The Super Bowl is not until Sunday. You know, let's go ahead and get all this other trash out the way so that you guys can focus on the game plan.
Yeah. See,
a lot of this stuff get thrown out and you start getting interfered with all this outside distractions. Everybody in your family want tickets now.
Well, see, that's why it's great that these guys, they didn't have a normal Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
They in KC, the Bucs, they can't be around family because those guys get to actually hone in. Yeah. So I was telling a guy last night on ESPN radio, he asked me about when you get to these moments, you get to the playoffs, what do you change? And I told him the same thing you just said. Mm-hmm. You get to these moments, you don't change anything you're doing. I said, now you probably study your opponent a little bit more.
Right.
I mean, your mistakes, you have to limit mistakes because those mistakes, it's one and done. Either you move on, you lose, you go home.
That's it. And then, Harry, you got to think about it, especially with the Super Bowl, bro. You got 2 weeks to study that entire secondary.
Yes.
If you don't know the starting corner, the backup, the practice squad cornerback, all of their parents, all of their siblings, if you don't know, and these are the things that Bill would ask guys in the meeting room. Hey, Deion, what's such and such if I'm playing with the Bucs?
Yeah.
Who's Kansas City right corner? What's his name? What's his father's name? What's his sister's name? These are the things that Bill was asking guys in the meeting room. It just supersedes everything outside of what people thinking. How well do you know your opponent? If you don't know your opponent, how can you expect to defeat this individual?
There you go.
It's impossible.
There you go.
But yeah, man. Hey, bro, it's a beautiful thing, man.
You know how we study the game. Listen, I'm gonna know what you want to call defense. You want to be in on third and short, third and medium, third and long, first and 10, second and 10. I'm gonna know everything you love to do, so I can have an advantage when I go out there and play this game.
And then you got some who still will not do it.
Some crazy. You have a lot that still won't do it. Yeah, you gotta remember the times we in now. You have a lot that will do it. The answers to the test are sitting right there in front of them.
They still don't get it,
and they don't want to write it down in their memory bank.
And they still get the question wrong. It's crazy, man. It's amazing. But you know what? The crazy part about this right here, you're going to see two teams, and I don't know, we kind of bouncing around, especially when I'm bouncing around, not you. You're going to see two teams at their best, man, come Sunday.
I think it's going to be the most watched Super Bowl. Yeah. It might be the best Super Bowl ever played.
Because you know what? Here it is once again. It's the passing of that torch once again from Tom to Patrick. And you better believe this. Tom is trying his best. He's going to do everything in his will and his power to win this game. You better believe. Because people always ask me, like, man, I know you talk to him. What you think he's doing? Man, he got all the money. He got a beautiful family. Da-da-da. I said, nah, bro, it's more than that. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. You got to think about it. This man was drafted in the 6th round.
You're giving me chills right now, bro, because
Bro, it's bigger than that, man.
Like when you got that itch and you just want to be the best at everything you do.
Yeah.
I tell people, man, I want to be the best at everything. I want to take the trash out the best way. Yeah. I want to wash the dishes the best way.
Yes.
I don't want nobody outdo me. And Tom got that.
That's it. You better believe it. Tom is sit here and I'm finna send the point across. I'm finna send the message. Yeah, I'm 40, 43, but I can still compete and play at this elite level. And, he said he's going to play until he's 45. I don't know, man. I believe deep down the side, man, can he and will he do it? I don't think. I honestly believe if they win this Super Bowl, I honestly believe he'll probably set off into the sunset. Yeah, I mean, what other way to do it? There's no other better way to end your career. You've done it in New England. You've won.
That way.
You take another team outside of the stigma of what people saying. You can't take them or it's all Belichick. Now he's taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl, and they win it. I'm done. There's no other way to go out. This is it. This is no other way, man.
Stuff about Tom, man. My bad.
Yeah,
my little tangent about Tom. I got to get back to you now.
Yeah.
Because now you didn't make some plays in some big games. I'm gonna take you back 2003 now.
Yeah.
That season, Super Bowl was played, I think, in 2004, but it was a 2003 season.
Yeah.
Against the Carolina Panthers. Adam Vinatieri, he come down, hit a 41-yard field goal to give y'all that victory. But in that game, you had 10 receptions, 143 yards, and a touchdown. So my question for you is this. Being a young cat, because it's not like you were old now. You were young. How were you so poised?
Yeah.
In that moment and in those moments.
Steve, I always know and I always felt deep down inside I was blessed to be in this position. I earned that. I was supposed to have been there.
That's right.
That was my time, that was my blessing. And I was gonna seize that moment, and throughout all those, I remember each and every last one of those catches. I started the game off with that end cut. That was the first play of the game in that Super Bowl. It was the first play of the game in Super Bowl 39. The same exact play, and it worked out the same way. It's all about starting fast. That entire week of practice, I had that itch, and I knew the way practice was flowing. Now a lot of times as a receiver, now we both know this.
Well, hold on. You say that itch. Now I got to break it down to the terms. Because listen, this is my show. We can talk how we want my show. You knew you was the motherfucking man. Point, period. You know what I mean? You talking about you had that itch. You knew you was the motherfucking man.
I felt like Charlie Weiss, and I don't know, those guys sat in that meeting room said, look, we finna get this guy the ball. That entire week of practice, I probably caught about 200 receptions. I had about 200 receptions in those 8-9 days of practice. And this is only in the team setting. Now, you got to think about it. In the team setting, we only get about 15 plays.
Thanks.
You get what I'm saying? So we're looking at the team setting, the 7-on-7. It was like every pass, da-da-da. Fast forward to the game. We did the walkthrough. I sort of, how coach give the first 15 plays. Mm-hmm. I had about 7 to 8 plays within the first 15 that I knew. Now, granted, we don't know if the defense will allow that based on the defensive formation. But if it went as planned, I would have had 8 catches, even though I didn't have it. But throughout the course of the game, those 10 receptions in the game came to fruition from the preparation and practice, the meeting rooms, and the conversation Tom and I was having. You know what I'm saying? On the sideline, what you saying, what we're thinking. All right, we're going to call these couple plays on this next drive. And it happened. You get what I'm saying? And probably one.
That's trust.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You and him. Because when you come off and they ask you, what are you seeing? If you don't tell them exactly what you're seeing, and they go back and do something and a mistake happens, man, go ask Mr. Postman when you come back.
Yeah, that's it. And then not even that. You know, now these guys, I mean, they're so high tech now, they got the doggone iPads on the sideline. So, you know, we had the sheet of paper. We sitting there looking, scanning through 5 sheets of paper now.
I'm
like
so happy when that tablet got on them sidelines. Hey, bro, a lot more than that sheet of paper shows.
We were looking at a sheet of paper, and we were like, "What is this mess?" Now they get to see the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Play out. Mm-hmm. But overall, Harry, looking back on it, man, that trust that we were talking about, and knowing that Tom, hey, look, if he can't trust you, it's a wrap. You'll know it. And we built that over the years, and that part was understood. But the one part that stood out me in the game was this one part, that drive leading up to that field goal kick, and here's what it was. That last reception that set up Adam was really supposed to go to Troy. Mm-hmm. Tom got in the huddle. He called the trips right. It was our trips right, 64 special. 64 sale. Mm-hmm. And he said, Tito, you and Troy switch. Mm. That's when you know right there. And the play worked out exactly. Now, I'm going to just say this as well. Had that been Troy, he would have made that same reception. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because he's clutch like that. You know, he would have made that reception. And it was just more so, it wouldn't look at nobody. Nobody said anything. We broke the huddle. Troy didn't complain about switching because we knew where the ball was going based on the coverage that we knew we were going to get. We know we was going to get cover 5. And they played it exactly what we thought they would play. And we hit it. Adam came and kicked the field goal. We won the game. Everybody's celebrating. Nobody's pouting about that. Nobody.
That's that culture.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's that winning culture.
Yeah, and then what Bill say, do your job.
Go self for the greater good, for team, right?
That's it. That's the only thing that matters. Do your job. Everybody do your job. We're good. They called it sale with that under, and it was over. That was it. That was that play.
That's dope.
Adam, crazy, bro.
Now, let me tell you what's even more crazier now. You just talked about that game. The following year, you come into the Super Bowl again against the Eagles. They
next year
doing all this right here, flapping them little wings and all that. I see you out there on the field. You say, okay, you want to flap wings? I'm gonna flap them back at you. They come in there doing all that. T.O. on that team, all them boys, man. You have 11 receptions, which tied the Super Bowl record, right? Mm-hmm. For 100 yards.
Yep.
And you win Super Bowl MVP. Yeah. Now, winning that Super Bowl MVP, how did that change Deion Branch's life?
I mean, it completely changed. It's still to this day. To this day, to this moment, still doing appearances, doing all this stuff stemming off of those Super Bowl games and also that MVP. You know, very blessed and grateful for the opportunity to be named alongside all the other MVPs, but also very grateful and blessed that my teammates did their part so that it will allow me to do my thing. Yeah. You know, for the greater good of the team. You follow me now? Alongside with that, you get that's an individual accolade, but to me, it's still a team award because these guys did their job in order for me to do that. You know, but you go back and look at it like, man, I don't know, man, I probably should have got it in 38 and maybe not 39. You get what I'm saying? Because I at least had a touchdown. I didn't have a touchdown in the second game, but I just think the fans just, felt a little sorry for me. And they were like, you know what? We got to give it to this kid this time. He had 10 last year. He got 11 this year. Let's just give it to him and not give it to a quarterback. So, hey, I thank the fans for voting too as well. Thank you guys. But no, man, it's just been a beautiful thing, man. You know, man, Harry, I look at it like this too, bro. You think about the Super Bowl and all the guys getting all raved and all hyped about the game. And us as players, we trying our best to stay calm. I think all this stuff is just about your family and your friends. You know, these guys are having the opportunity just to rave and preach and harp about you, Harry. Like, oh, man, my cousin or my brother or my nephews or my son is in the Super Bowl, da-da-da. It's about those guys, man, because, see, we're getting paid to do this. Only thing they have is us. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just such a joy for those guys, man. Yeah, for them to experience all this, man, that's what that Super Bowl is about. And then, you know, not to get off track, but I feel bad for the fans in this year's regards. But we understand we got to be safety is first. I understand that. But that Super Bowl experience, man, is so memorable. And I think it's all about the family and the friends, bro. You know, and it kind of put me at ease, you know, when you think about like, were you nervous? Like, nah, you know, once I spoke to my family and friends, I'm cool because they helped calm me down.
Yeah.
You follow me? So, but yeah, man, that second Super Bowl, man, them laughing catches. And here's the funny thing about that, so real quick. At one point in the game, now we both know Tom would get on you in the game. Oh, yeah. So at this particular time, I think I had about 8 catches. And we had a play call, we had a screen call to Kevin Falk. It was one of those little flash screens or whatever. And the DB was probably about 8-9 yards off me. Now, here's the thing. We've always thrown that little quick look pass when the defender is off you, maybe 7 or so yards. Mm-hmm. But it was like 3rd and like 12. Can you believe it was a screen call? Now, me deep down the side, knowing like, nah, I'm looking, I can see the DB off me, 7-8 yards. Tell him not throwing his ball. I come off the ball, and I just feel something hit me in my leg. And I look back, and he's like, what are you doing, man? I'm throwing you the ball. I'm like, bro, you called us, we got a screen call. He said, I don't care about that. I'm trying to get you the ball. I was like, okay, my bad, bro. Look, my bad. Look, so from that point on, I mean, even in the regular season, I knew to look, but not on the screen. But I ain't gonna sit there and try to defend this with the quarterback. I'm like, all right, I got you, bro.
That's on me. I got you. I got you the next play.
But that will just show you the confidence that he had in myself and our teammates.
That's right.
I want you to make that play. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, it's 3rd and 12. That's in my head. I'm like, bro, this man only 7 yards off me.
He believe in you that much that you gonna go get that first down.
You can make the play.
Yeah.
I know you can do it. And that's what he was saying on the sideline. Like, I'm trying to get you the ball.
Yeah.
That would have actually put me over because that was the only reception I didn't have. That one reception right there, that's the crazy part in that game. And I always look back and when we talk about it, we just sit there and laugh about it. Like, bro, you remember I tried to get you to break that record? That'd have been your 12th reception.
Let me tell you why that's important. You just said that because he did that for the guys down there in Tampa at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Them to hit their incentives.
He did that.
And he's and now that you're saying that, it's crazy. Tom is really that dude like that, man. Yeah.
Listen, bro. Look here. Whatever. I'm looking out for my guys. Because guess how he looking at it? You guys take care of me. Yeah. I'm just throwing the ball. You make the plays. I can't throw and catch myself. You know, and that's him, man. And I always just think back and be laughing like, yeah, bro, that would have been 12. He said, yeah, I tried to get you the ball, but you just running off the ball. I'm like, bro, it was 3rd and 12, man. I'm not getting that first down. It's Super Bowl.
Forget it, man. Just catch it and break this record.
Yeah, man. But that's Tom for you, man. That's Tom for you.
Hey, man. And Deion, the last thing I want to talk to you about is something that's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of work with March of Dimes over the years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I used to host a Bowling for Babies event for March of Dimes to prevent infant mortality, premature birth defects, and things of that nature. And I wanted to talk to you about your twin boys because they were born prematurely.
Yep.
And how important it is as a parent.
Yeah.
For organizations like the March of Dimes or other organizations that look out for our babies, man.
Oh yeah.
You went through it. My niece was premature, but you went through it as a parent with your twins. But speak to the importance of people to support these organizations and to support people like you, other families who going through these trying times in life.
Yeah, for sure, man. And Harry, and great job on that as far as with the March of Dimes. I also had a slight spill in the March of Dimes as well out in Seattle. Our time that we spent out in Seattle with the Seahawks. My wife and I started the Deion Branch Foundation back in 2004. So my twin boys were born April of 2001. And one of the twins contracted viral meningitis. So, when a lot of individuals start, for whatever their reasons are, they get involved with these foundations, that that was near and dear to me. So it was a no-brainer for me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me? And mine is following up behind, you know, help easing the research and helping with the research of meningitis, kids that's been inflicted with it. You know, now, thankful enough, you know, DeAndre he'll be 20 in April. You know, they gave our son 6 months to live, 6 days out of the hospital. You know what I'm saying?
When he was born?
Yes. So they were premature, and then 6 days out of the hospital, he contracted meningitis. At that particular time, we didn't know what it was until they ran all the tests, and they realized, like, man, okay, we see it's not this, it's not that. And then they came back once they did another blood sample and said he has meningitis. Now, what happened, it left him like 75% brain dead, you know, and there's a lot of things that he can and can't do.
Yeah.
Now, if you just, regardless of what he can and can't do, when they gave us the 6 months, that was pretty much like, that was a gut wrencher for myself. They gave him 6 months to live, man. And it's been truly a blessing. I think if anything, there's no day that I wake up without a smile on my face, because here's a situation where I have a kid, a twin, and my daughters have a sibling who they can't play with each other.
Yeah.
We can't talk. You know, he gets fed. At one point, he was eating and drinking on his own. Now he has a G tube in his stomach. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm super blessed because when you see him now, he's just all smiles.
Yeah.
You know, and he knows when you're in the room, he kind of, you know, that's his way of communicating with you. When you're making some noise, you're saying certain things to him, and you get to see the smile on his face, and you look at yourself and you look in the mirror and be thinking, like, what do I have to complain about?
Yeah.
When my son can't do this, he can't do that. I mean, and here I am walking the face of earth every day, breathing on my own every day, complaining about a fucking cracked knuckle or something. Like, you got to be kidding me, you know. But when they did give him those 6 months, and, you know, we all thought it was all be all, it was over. The fact that each and every day, every year is like, look here, man, I don't know why, you know, we're taking back to have him to go back and do his little doctor visits, and every day, every year, the doctors see him, they just looking like, this is a miracle. If anybody ever believed in God, here's the moment to do. Yeah. Because based statistically, his condition, so the doctors say, he shouldn't have made it. You know, so if anybody ever didn't think that was a God, trust me, not me, but if anybody ever thought, trust me, DeAndre is a true testament of that. You know, he's a warrior, he's a fighter, he's everything. He's everything. And, you know, so we started that foundation back in 2004, man, and that was our thing, you know, and then things have been a little slow, obviously, with all this going on. And it also gives us the opportunity to really sit back and think, like, you know what, we got to get back on track. Because I truly believe that this is the reason why this COVID thing happened, because the world had been moving at such fast pace, and everybody just running around being ungrateful and unforgiving. Yeah. Slow down. That's right. We got to get back to doing things the way we're supposed to do, making this world a better place. And that's just with love and giving and doing for others, and stop worried about yourself. You follow what I'm saying? And that goes for me, you, that's for all of us in today's world. And, you know, my wife and I, we're going to get this thing, our foundation, back up and running how it's supposed to be, and actually giving back to these different organizations in which we were doing in the past, for sure.
Now, if somebody wants to donate, where can they go to be able to donate?
The DeionBranchFoundation.com.
Okay, so everybody, y'all heard this story, go to the DeionBranchFoundation.com. Go to marchofdimes.com. Yeah. Any organization that you can to help these children become great and be great and be so precious as they are. Deion, my brother, thank you for coming on the HD Connection, man. You know I love you.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, bro.
Hey, bro, truly appreciate it. Love you, bro. Man, continue doing a great job, man. You're doing an amazing job, Harry. Keep it up, baby.
Appreciate it, bro.